Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. On this video, we will try to have our discussion on a very important concept, which is going to be how to find out the most comfortable, supporting and an environment of growth and development bases your ascendant from astrology. So I mean to say guys, the idea of this concept I got from a recently completed playlist on my Hindi channel, which was about understanding the placement of ascendant lord in different houses of astrological chart. So I mean to say I explained this thing on my that channel, but I somehow forgot to upload that video or that playlist. So because of that, I'm skipping that part and coming to right to the topic, which is going to be about how can we find out the most successful and supporting environment for our growth in this lifetime. So friends, before we will start our this discussion, the few contributing elements to understand this topic are, first I'm going to give you a quick overview of them. So first of all, what do you get to know from the ascendant? So the moment you look at an ascendant of a person, you get to know about the personality of the native, about the health prospect of that person, and at the same time, most importantly, the potential of that person. Now we will take our discussion to another level. Now wheresoever ascendant lord is going to be placed in the chart, that is going to tell about the direction of the life of the native, like in which area of your life you are going to exert maximum of your energies in this lifetime. So we understood about the potential. After that, we discussed the direction, and the third thing is guys, natural innate attraction. So when we talk about the qualities or features or traits or people who completes you, or you're naturally inherently attracted towards them, so that is always the energies being represented by the house opposite to your ascendant. So I mean to say, for an Aries ascendant native, he is definitely going to be attracted towards those people who have those prominent Libra qualities in their personality. Now this could be good relationship management, maintaining diplomacy, maintaining harmony. When we talk about the Taurus ascendant natives, so these natives will definitely be driven towards all those people who might have very intense emotions, intense personality. For someone who is a Gemini ascendant native, that person is definitely going to be attracted towards all those people who exude righteousness, strong moral and being religious in their outlook in the life. If you have to understand for the Cancer ascendant natives, so these people will definitely be attracted towards all those people who are professionally accomplished, and most importantly, all those people who possess very mature and responsible outlook in their life. For someone who is a Leo ascendant native, that person is definitely going to be attracted, or he will find himself complete when he is dealing with all those people who are very humanitarian, very philanthropic, or have a very scientific and technical mindset. If you have to understand for any of the Virgo ascendant native, so you're definitely attracted towards the qualities of devotion, deepest feelings. It's about transcendent mindset. So those kind of spiritual prospects, people possessing these qualities will innately attract you towards. If you have to understand for the Libra ascendant native, so definitely you are more driven towards or attracted towards people who are very accomplished, who are a bit athletic, who are very intense in their outlook, little bit headstrong as well. If we talk about the Scorpio ascendant native, so you are definitely attracted towards all those people who have a stable ground in their life, who are practical and bit realistic in their approach. If you have to understand for the Sagittarius ascendant native, so definitely you will be attracted more towards all those people who are bit frivolous, who are bit jovial, good communicative, a little bit childlike. If you have to understand for the Capricorn ascendant, so you are definitely attracted towards all those people who are bit emotional, who are bit caring and have the capacity and tendency to nourish you. If you have to understand for the Aquarius ascendant native, so you are definitely attracted towards, or you will definitely be drifted towards all those people who are accomplished in this society and at the same time who are bit individualistic. And if you have to lastly understand for the Pisces ascendant natives, so you will definitely be attracted towards all those people who are bit perfectionist and bit organized in their life. So guys, you have to understand this thing, that so far what we have discussed is that from the ascendant we get to know about your potential. By scrutinizing the opposite house, we get to know about your innate attraction or things or qualities which completes you. From the placement of your ascendant lord, we get to know about the direction of your life in this lifetime. Now you have to understand that wheresoever and whichsoever planet is your ascendant lord, its condition in the chart, its placement, its environment in the chart just tells about where your whole existence is going to find itself at home, at peace. So I mean to say, so there is a friend of mine, like he always get drifted towards or attracted towards all form of Ponzi schemes, or let's say for example even towards all those mentors he come in contact with who have got questionable credibility. So I mean to say, when I have a look at his chart, so he has a Sagittarius ascendant and his ascendant lord Jupiter is conjunct with Rahu in this 6th house, creating a Guru Chandal Yoga. So that in itself gives us this explanation and answers that why he is attracted towards these kind of mentors. So guys, you have to understand this thing, that this approach or this way of studying the chart is definitely going to help you, whether in the form of doing a professional or career consultation for someone, or by looking at someone's chart while doing a relationship counseling or a marriage counseling or a marriage matrimonial matchmaking. So I mean to say, you have to first understand that what is the natural inherently provided environment where native is actually going to find himself at ease, at peace. Like I mean to say, we all have seen those kind of cases where, let's say for example, if someone who has his ascendant lord and if there is some contribution of the water elements in the chart, 4th house is also afflicted and ascendant lord is placed in the 8th house. So along with some more contributing factors, it is generally advised to this native or these people that your fortune can get awakened if you will settle down in a faraway foreign country. So I mean to say, from the scrutinization of the chart, we get to know about what could be the best environment for any individual's growth and progress in this lifetime. So guys, if you have to understand this thing, you have to first categorize or classify your ascendant lord either in a malefic category or the benefic category. So I just want to make this thing clear over here that right now I'm not talking about functional malefic or functional benefic. I'm not categorizing a planet on the basis of that planet's house rulership in the chart. I'm just talking about on the basis of the natural nature of the planet. So like in the benefic category, we keep planet Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter. If you have to understand, in the malefic category, we place Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu and even Sun in that category. So I mean to say, the first step which we have to do is that we have to divide the planets in the 2 categories. Now the second step is, guys, let's say for example, if you will first take up the case of the malefic category. So if your ascendant lord is a malefic planet and at the same time it is not very well placed in the chart, so it is going to give us this indication only that you might find yourself at ease where the environment is of too much competition, there is too much of the little bit of the deception, competition, arbitration. So that kind of heated, intense energies are at play. Now when we talk about all those people who make their career in law, in law enforcement agencies, who become a cop or who become in any of the crisis management profiles, who work in these field and occupation. So I mean to say, that kind of environment can be seen as good for your harmony, for your growth. You can also look at it from that ways. Let's say for example, if your ascendant lord is a malefic planet and it is strong and well placed in your chart, so that is going to give us this indication that not only you're going to thrive, you're going to prosper in a very stiff, in a very competitive environment, but at the same time you hold the potential to dominate that situation as well. So let's say for example, for an Aries ascendant native, if his ascendant lord being a malefic planet Mars, if it is agitated, not well placed in the 6th house or in the 3rd house, so you have to opt this approach of fighting hard in any of the given situation. Let's say for example, if the other category of understanding a malefic planet's placement, if for an Aries ascendant native, The ascendant Lord Mars is placed in your first house, in your 8th house, or even in your 10th house. So that is going to give us this indication that you will thrive in a competitive environment. You hold that potential, that capacity, and at the same time you have got the potential and capacity to dominate that situation. Let's say, for example, if you have to understand the benefit category. So guys, when we talk about the benefit category, you have to understand this thing, that when your ascendant lord is a benefic planet, and it is well placed, so things can be achieved without displaying lot of endurance, fighting hard, struggle, that kind of mindset of dog eat dog society. I mean to say, very gracefully things and desires can be accomplished, can be achieved. So for someone who is born with a let's say for example Cancer ascendant, and his ascendant lord moon is placed in the 9th house, so there couldn't be any better or fortunate combination in the chart. Your ascendant lord being placed in the house of fortune, luck, or bhagyasthan. So I mean to say, with this kind of alignments or placement in the chart, you can say this thing with complete confidence that yes, native holds the potential to accomplish and achieve things very gracefully in the life. That is the kind of environment where native has to put himself in, or he has to surround himself with, and that is the environment which native is also going to remain lucky in generating around his life or around him. You can also look at it from that ways. And guys, the next category is if your ascendant lord being a benefic planet, it is very weakly placed in the chart. So let's say for example, for a Taurus ascendant native, if your ascendant lord Venus is placed in the 5th house, so I mean to say, it is going to give us this indication only that native wants to achieve everything without putting much of the efforts, and he just wants things to happen on its own, things should fall in place on their own, and he might speculate a lot. So that kind of indication we get, and that kind of environment native might find himself in. So that is the kind of information guys which we can get to know just by the scrutinization of your ascendant lord and its placement in the chart, that in what kind of environment it is being placed in. So this is something which I wanted to share as a part of my inputs for this concept of finding the best suited environment for your life to flourish and grow. For further more updates and notifications on the science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.